I never had pride in any of my rooms before. I was never like, you know, when people would come in, it was like, and now I'm like, hey, look at my room. I love it. I love it. And I really do. Hello everybody and welcome back to Jen with the Cats. I am Jen and I have a lot of cats and today we're going to be talking about my bedroom here, and specifically how I took it from this just dark, sad looking junk pile of a room to this bright and airy and just room that I love. Before I get into showing y'all the specifics here, I just want to tell y'all about how tiny this room is. I think it looks quite a lot bigger on camera than it does in person. This room is about 50 square feet. Less than 50 square feet actually. It's very tiny. The bed I have in here now, if you want to use that for scale, is a full, and it takes up almost half of the room. Let's look at some footage. Let's just take it all in, y'all. You know, the year is 2016. This room, it had junk piles everywhere, you know, stuff. There was nothing that I couldn't fit in a box to stack on top of another box. And it was green. It was green and mustard yellow, which I loved the green, y'all. This room has always been green since I took it over. It used to be my older brother's room, and then my other older brother before that. When I took it over, I made it jade green, and I switched it to this more just grass green, I guess. And I loved this color in high school. A lot of this stuff I had in here, and like I said before, I was working on my office at this time, which was, if you've seen that series, whoo, it was a bigger gom than this this room here. But I had so much stuff in my office that most of the stuff that was in here was overflow from that. And just stuff, and I was also doing this YouTube channel, and a lot of the big focus was hauling stuff and finding bargains for stuff and all that, and you have to put that stuff somewhere, you know. And I really began just, oh, I hated it so much. I just began going through stuff as little as I can in between going to work and everything, and this room had my more precious stuff, as I call it, the things that I really didn't want to go through. I had a lot of health and beauty stuff in here. I collected lotions. I had more candles in here. I had 2 whole shelves of those in addition to the ones in my office. Oh my gosh. I had my shoes. Oh my gosh. I loved my shoes when I was in college. I lived in Vans and Converse All-Stars, and oh, that, just to even think about now. I'm going through my clothes. I had a ton of clothes, and some of them I never wore, or they didn't fit me. Now, me being someone who's bigger and, you know, losing weight and doing all that, I want to hold on to everything, and I had to go through all that stuff. And during this process too, I got the job where I work at now, and my whole wardrobe had to change. So I donated so much. So there's a fellow big girl out there that is very well dressed right now that went to the thrift store. And oh, the worst one, y'all, the worst one that took me forever, like I would lay it out on my bed and I would start going through it and I would get so frustrated, and that was my books. Oh my gosh. I loved my books, y'all, and that was so hard. Even ones that I had already read 3 or 4 times, I know I wasn't going to read again. I did not want to get rid of these. I remember, just even thinking about it now, I'm so frustrated when I had to get rid of those books, but I eventually got through it. Now I do like audiobooks and ebooks, but oh, that one was tough. So let's fast forward about a month or two, still in 2016, and I'll call this phase 2 of my bedroom. And I did have stuff moved around quite a bit. I got rid of a little bit of stuff, but not really. I was still in this phase where I'm going to just fit stuff in more boxes. you know, and I moved my bed around. I mean, there's not that much you can do in like a 50 square foot room, but y'all, I made it happen, and I kind of arranged things. And I mean, even in one clip, it's so crazy for me to see now. I have like 6 or 8 cans of that Febreze room air effects or whatever that I had to keep. This was in my couponing days, right? That I just had to make myself keep. I was very proud of how my room was at that point. I set up a little mirror. I did all this stuff, but oh my gosh. And that's honestly, at that time in my life, that's as far as I thought we were going to be able to take it. Just because I had always lived this way, I never knew what a room could be. So let's fast forward 2 years to April of 2018. Oh my gosh, this is when I really started to get serious about this room. I wanted it to change, no more piddling and half doing it. I really wanted it to change. And this was right after I had finished my office, redoing all that, getting rid of things I never thought I could get rid of, and I really saw the potential that you could have in a room if you just go there, you know. And I wanted that in here. I wanted this wonderful, bright, airy space that I could come to at the end of the day, and it took like 2 seconds to clean, and just, oh my gosh, I wanted that for in here. And so I started this. It took about, started in April, and it took well into August, so it took quite a little while to do everything in here because of the repairs, because of just, oh, first I had to pick a paint color, so y'all know it was green in here. So I went with this one that is just very bright and airy, and it makes the room look so much bigger. And so I could declutter and get a head start on transforming this place visually. I started on the ceiling. So using this purple, and I also used the leftover paint from my office in here, that green color. And I used it as the accent color with this purple. And I started on the ceiling because I thought, hey, you know, this ceiling ain't gonna take that long. I don't gotta move a dang thing, you know. It just, you know, a weekend I'll have it done. No. This ceiling, it took forever. Oh my gosh, but it was so worth it. I love the way it looks like now. But there was challenges, and I absolutely love this style of ceiling. It's one that my dad built from scratch out of OSB, and then he routed the thin boards of MDF to make the trim, and I love the little just cute and quaint and whimsical look to it. But that OSB is very textured, so that that presented a challenge in itself. I got the ceiling done, and it just made me so happy, and it looked so funny next to that green for a while. So I started pulling everything one corner at a time, because again, this room is super tiny, so I had to have everything out of here but my bed, and I just moved it to different sides of the room. And just started painting everything and repairing. There were so many repairs. Started fixing behind the door. We'll get back to the filth in a minute. We'll get back to that in a minute. But just cleaning all that off. Augie helped me. He kept me on schedule. He is just kind of a hard butt as a ball shop. Got this front corner here finished, and I just took it. That's something I've learned over this process. You just have to take it 10 minutes at a time. So slowly and slowly, just in little evenings after work and weekends, and just whatever time I could squeeze out of my crazy schedule, this room transformed into just this bright and airy, just, oh, I love it. Especially with the new windows we got. It is just gorgeous, and I want to show y'all what it looks like now. The overview, oh my gosh, I love it. And I want to tell y'all what, I did every bit of work in here with the exception of the trim around the new windows. I did all the wall repairs, I did all the painting, I did all the taping. I did it all. Oh my gosh, and there were so many repairs in here because this room over all these years, since 81, that's when my dad bought this house. It has gone through so many transformations, crap hung on the wall, all this other stuff. This is still the same sheetrock. Oh gosh, but when I walk in here, y'all, I love it. I truly just love it. It's so easy to keep clean. It literally takes me 10 minutes to do surfaces, sweep, mop. Not even that long, really. Y'all, even underneath my bed is clean. I mean, a hairball is going to get under there just because I have 4 indoor cats. But other than that, oh, I love when it's like bedtime and I get to come in here and just lay down, and oh, it's wonderful. Just because I've hinted at it, let's talk about it for a second. Let's talk about the filth. Because this room, and I didn't realize it till I truly started pulling stuff off the shelves. I mean, I think you just live in this fog sometimes, or at least I do. How filthy it was. I mean, number one, this house is older than dirt, okay? So there's a lot of dust in here. I have 4 indoor cats, and just stuff constantly. And we accumulate a lot of dust. There's a lot of hair, just, you know, and when you have that much stuff piled on things, just accumulated, it would take you forever. I mean, could you imagine? Oh, it just, it's like, this just thinking about it. And I would pull stuff off, and just the sheer amount of filth. Even when I had to wipe the walls down, when I had to wipe the ceiling down, I mean, I could not believe it, and I just love it now because I can just wipe everything down super quick and done. And that was it in my office too. I can't tell you how many bins I pulled out, and I was taking stuff out and there'd be a dead bug in there, or like a spider web, or of course cat hair everywhere. One of my cats is long haired. Are you kidding me? Fluff like leaves pieces of her everywhere. And y'all know what? That footage that I'm showing y'all of the office as it is now, the only thing I did that's not always done is I folded that blanket on the corner of my bed. Because half the time, Augie has this thing. He puts the blanket in his teeth and he pulls it and makes it all messy, and then he likes to sleep under it. I don't know, he's weird, but you know, he's a cat, he can do what he wants. But that is the only thing. This is how it is 24/7. 24/7, and I'm obsessed and I love it, and just this is another one of those rooms, it just blows me away to see the before and after, and I'm so thankful and I'm so glad that I stuck with it. And oh gosh, it just like I said, this is my little sanctuary. I love it, and I've taken this little tiny room that's smaller than most people's closets, and it just feels so big and airy and light, and I love it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this transformation of my bedroom with me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it brings some inspiration for you and makes you believe that whatever you want to achieve is truly possible, because I mean, we went from this dark green junk pile with milk crates and nowhere to stand and just sad looking place to this just bright and airy amethyst ice, just a wonderful space that just, oh, I love it. As I've said before, I just love it. I could say it 20 times. So again, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, day, evening, night, just whenever. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.